And we are back. Going to be a replay here from start to finish. Team Noysii already inside of the hard point. First P1 lockdown. MSJ on the board first. And Nietzsche, a good shot. Long range on the bank. Well, we cut them down and give the blue team of Team Choc an opportunity to get back into P1. Over by the couches, Noysii will be the cleanup crew here. 30 seconds ticked off of the first hill. It's going to be trying to push out to the backside spawns for P2. Team Choc occupying them for now, but Team Noysii steadily getting themselves some good time in mid-map.
Questioning what Nyko's positioning is supposed to enforce back there by Jacuzzi. Finally pushes a little bit further forward. Dan just completely rips him to shreds, and now that opens up an opportunity now for Bink to push a little bit further forward. Past Chandelier, he's here with Kev, Fame, and Bink. They should be flipping out the spawns here, and that will absolutely not be the case thanks to MSJ's forward thinking. He is inside a spot that should block things out, will force everybody from Team Noysii to realistically spawn in over by the restaurant, but nonetheless, you still have numbers over here, at least a handful of players strong for Team Noysii to get in for the initial time.
Yeah, MSJ goes big in the back line, survives with 1 HP, and now the break from the rest of the team is going to be there. So, good pinch play from Team Choc allows them to hop inside of P2, get some substantial time early on here. Now they're going to have to go ahead and hold a break back from Team Noysii on the other end of things. It's going to be a pinch play from the other end, though, as the spawns were in close. Player number 8 going to be hopping around through satellite side, and the first one through the doorway is Fame. Noisie's there with Ghosty as well. Kills continuing to fly red, and as Team Noysii have broken back in towards the point, Team Choc will be okay with 17 seconds, but they need to make sure that they lock down the rotations, because 1 and 8 are going to combine here on the next side of hills.
A lot of time forfeited here off of some heroics that come through from MSJ, who was still on the spree, by the way. 6 and 2, looking for that 6th kill. Now emphatic with a cruise missile B, and MSJ will deliver on the goods. Looking for kill number 7. He's going to get the better of Bink now. Has some assistance inside the upcoming hard point. That's going to be Nyko. Each will also spawn inside the restaurant. So the line in the sand has been drawn. Team Choc415 looking to soak up a decent amount of time here inside the kitchen.
Massive double kill there from MSJ. Allows Team Noysii to slow their approach down just a bit. Try to hit from 2 different sides. A war on 2 fronts is what Team Choc are going to have to fight against here. Good news is they have tons of reinforcements inside of this kitchen ready to rumble. Problem is 2 of them get cut down immediately, but Nietzsche's back with a double of his own. In through the opposite doorway. Noysii in. Snake, Heglitch going to be good. MSJ trying to hold on once again. Snaps over towards the right. Can't get back to Noysii, though. First 30 seconds of time go Team Choc's way. Team Noysii breaking immediately after the fact with Noysii, who's now on 4 in a row.
The big break to honestly lose if you are Choc415's roster. Nyko, though, with the pistol in hand, going to be able to at least combine for 2 more kills. Be able to soak up the back scrap time here as far as P3 is concerned. The rotation over towards P4 is actually seeing a lot of blue arrows try to flood their way over past the pillars inside the spa. Will end up flipping out the spawns. Not quite yet, but numbers have not really kind of favored either which side. Never mind. Dan Ghosty in for 2. That'll be the initial time here at 4.
Pretty out of Dan. But only at 4 and 8 here early on. Not exactly the start we were predicting out of Ghosty. But regardless, here on P4, first 15 seconds were locked down. But once again, Team Choc continuing to win crucial gunfights to the front of the hills. Noysii, done. Going to be over towards that left-hand side. Pre-fired shots were good on Nietzsche. Weakened him up just a bit, but now Ghosty can tag team through the back door. As Choc falls and Nyko falls, it's Fame and Ghosty who make a beautiful tandem pair. Finally get back inside of the bar. 25 seconds left here. MSJ still with a streak to invest potentially over by P6, but over on the restaurant, it's going to be the reinforcemental flip. Think was there, but a kill goes the way of Choc. It should get them rotations.
Each got to look both ways before you cross the street. Doesn't turn left. Still a battle for some scrap time. Dan's now up on 4 in a row. That combines for 8, as well as Kev now finding himself kill number 5. 11 and 7 now. The lead has grown exponentially. 124 to 52. Able to turn scrap into initial R Team Noysii.
It'll be hard here for Team Choc to break back in. You've got Ghosty laying down inside of wine, getting great contact information, and Noisie's there to go ahead and pair him back. Nyko, you know he's weak over towards the jewelry side, snaps over towards the satellite, and Tyler Noysii decides to start flying his way forward. This is where things can get very much out of hand. If you are Team Choc, you need to make sure that you stop the bleeding soon.
Yep, really do need to. Noysii, though, breaks out the Lockman 5.56. The Lockman AR. Nietzsche couldn't get the better of Noysii. He was down to 20 freaking HP, but still can't get the final blow. 20 seconds left to soak up here inside of the restaurant, and on Team Choc415, they are forced to chalk it and try to rotate all the way through top and bottom bedroom. Nietzsche, nice heads-up positioning, will take down Noysii upon that rotation, and a big kill comes through onto Ghosty and towards the back. Next player to step up would be Bink. He does have some assistance for some players spawning around kitchen, and Bink's looking to contest early.
I don't think Team Choc were expecting Bink to hop up there. Probably expecting to play a bit more passive over towards the staircase side, but some nice play shots there onto Choc are going to be able to secure this rooftop hill down. P6 full control for Team Noysii, and what was about a 20-point game at 52-70. It's now Tyler Noysii's roster up 182-52. This one has been well, blown out of proportion.
Yeah, just a little bit. I will say that much. I mean, it was the last time that Choc's roster was able to at least accrue even a second. Back on P2. 195 to now 53, finally breaking the mold. Contested time is only going to favor that for the team in red. Fame for 2. Looking to break back in fully for the scrap time at the end of the first set. Team Noysii already over 200 points.
Each nades himself, forces himself back out of the corner he was trapped inside of. Noysii and Bank are able to pair for tandem 2. 8 seconds left here on the back end of P6. Second set of rotations now starting in 5. In towards the middle of the map. P1 about to pop. Team Choc has a bunch of arrows here. But Team Noysii, on the other hand, also has the same amount of reinforcements ready to start shooting their way forward. Ghosty helps out. Bink stays alive. And now it's going to be Team Noysii who look to come out on top of the trades.
MSJ going to be able to at least find that massive trade. It's going to open up at least the single archway. You also have player number 2 of Niche trying to cause a little bit more distress through the double archway. You also have MSJ trying to keep things contested over by the long desk. Now it comes down to Fame. And he's waiting for reinforcements from Noysii. Now 2 players strong. The bait and switch is going to be good, at least for the break. Last player will be Nyko. He's inside the double archway. Fame's trying to press the issue just a little bit further forward. Miscommunication and misplaced Semtex out from Bink's back pocket will take Kev out of the situation, but a break nonetheless. Team Noysii cannot close it out here, but they're putting themselves ever more closer.
Looking for Bank. Bank gets caught off guard with his pants down. Killed, gunned down, dead. 10 seconds left in the middle of the map. Reader rotations over towards P2. Favored by Team Choc at the moment. Still going to be needing a break back here from Team Noysii.
Will. First player is going to be Dan. He's over by the L desk. Just swings wide. Needs was stunned up to oblivion. Choc can't even push for the trade. And now the pinch is on from the Chandelier side.
Going to be on. We'll take the first gunfight. MSJ wins 1. MSJ with a second. Choc on the other side will pair for 3. Immediately now, Tyler Noysii back to the respawn block. The only one close is going to be Ghosty, and he'll get cut down via the way a headshot. Nyko and Nietzsche pair for another beautiful double. Team Choc holding on in P2.
Still need all of this time. I mean, realistically, if you are Team Noysii, you can still try to close it out here. 2 players strong. Fame, Noysii, able to press a little bit further forward. MSJ trying to find kill number 5 in a row. Can't lock it down. Still the monotony of the spawns are not been contested. Not quite yet. Dan, though, trying to at least press himself a little bit further forward to maybe try to get himself some contested time. Not going to happen. Team Choc now over the triple-digit mark. Now you got to fly across the map. Give up the scrap time and try to contest this quickly.
Ghosty, Semtex around the right side corner. Doesn't catch anybody off guard just yet. Nyko on the opposite end. Going to be trying to hit him through the archway. Double challenge in from Team Choc. Able to hold on for the moment, but that's just over by the restaurant side. Now in the kitchen. It's 10 seconds left. Push hit through the front. Team Choc trying to fly their way forward. MSG there. Nietzsche as well. Here comes Choc, the last one too. And as they double up and they line up, it's only 2 seconds left to go ahead and prohibit a push in towards the point. And as Team Noysii eclipses that 250-point mark, they'll be able to take map number 1 pretty handed.
Yep. Say that much for certain. I mean, but it was like the 52 points that Choc's roster was able to at least accrue towards the end of P2. Maybe some like contested bits here and there for 3, 4, and 5, but we got over towards 6, and like they finally started getting themselves back on towards the board. And man, that's just some grody things coming through from what of Tyler Noysii. The fan club is absolutely erupting in flames at 27 and 15. Some casual stuff coming out from one of Tyler Noysii, which is always there working along with old teammate of Kevin Fame. Funny enough, seeing those bait and switches brought me back to CCL's history back in Cold War, but nonetheless, a lot to behold for itself when it comes down to that opening hard point. The pace was set pretty early, and to be fair, there were some individuals, and you'll see through some of these highlights, specifically from Choc's roster, that was at least able to find some pretty good 2 pieces, being able to at least find themselves a couple of good 3-for-1 trades for the kill feed. When push came to shove, Team Noysii were always in the right position. They were always getting themselves those very big spawn flips to be able to get themselves the majority of the time through the first set.
But when you brought up that old Cold War roster, man, brought back some memories, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just sitting there. I'm thinking like that was a really good year of College COD too. Like that whole Cold War year. Like although you had Ottawa as kind of like the 2 top dogs that year, and Concord was like the little brother that wanted to tag along in that top 3. you still had a lot of really interesting storylines, a lot of really fun teams throughout the entirety of the year that, you know, made it a bit deeper than we thought. Some teams that got to the playoffs that we thought were going to be, you know, right there fighting for an opportunity to, you know, maybe fight for a championship and just weren't. And it was like a whole culmination of that year that was just like, I don't know how to describe it, but the atmosphere of the Cold War year, something just felt magical about it. And like, it's not that we haven't been able to recapture that magic. It's just like these last 2 years, we knew who the best team was in Northwood. We didn't know which Ottawa sister team was going to be able to take the cake at the end of the year. We had a pretty good idea, but we didn't know. And that like mystery of not knowing what the grand final was going to look like, or, you know, what a series between them was going to 100% shape out to be. That was just exciting to me. And I feel like these last 2 years with Northwood, we've just had I don't want to say a drawn out story with them, but like pretty much knew what we were going to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, totally. I mean, when you have two stacked rosters going through one university, one gold, one black, it's pretty much a guarantee for how that grand finals is going to conclude. But here are the stats, at least from that map number 1. Everybody's sharing the legwork as far as hardpoint time is concerned. Mine is Bink at 17 and 14. Rotman obviously constantly getting paid. You always try to wonder why those spawns were flipped in a certain direction. Look no further than Bink. He's been doing that all year long with the majority of the rosters that he has been on. And why Tyler Noysii was constantly not looked at, and why he was fighting a continuous amount of 3 pieces. So that's map 1, done and dusted. I would say a respectable scoreline comparatively to a handful of other teams that this Team Noysii roster has faced on the day. Now it's a must-win map number 2 if you are Team Choc415. You got to get it done on Mercado de Zama Search and Destroy.
I feel like there's any search and destroy map that kind of favors this Team Noysii roster, it is Mercado. And the reason I say that is like, if they all just run together, whether it's the A or the B site, like, it's going to be so hard for them to lose rounds.
Oh, and they will 4-player run at one of these 2 bomb sites, because let's be honest here, it's Mercado Las Almas. And if we're not having a Michael Bay-esque film happening via the throwables across that A lane, then honestly, are we even playing Mercado, or are we even playing Modern Warfare 2 if we're not just 4 players stacking over towards Cantina offense or defense alike? It'll be interesting. Not only that, but the same thing could be said from the snipers on 2 different sides. And not throwing any shade towards Dashy Bruce, but we were kind of robbed when Ghosty got brought up to the league that we didn't get to see his sniper play. The last time that we got to see the sniper truly get brought out from O'Dan Ghosty was back in Boston in Grand Finals, playing on that DFL Enterprises roster up against Kevin Fame Banana. So what's going to happen here as far as Mercado Las Almas is concerned? Will you be able to deal with the pressure that is going to build when these rounds start to unfold?
I think you look back to MSJ, centerpiece of that roster was the aggressor that was able to get up in the face of that Team Noysii roster inside of map 1, almost able to find some information on a few players. You see everybody just playing in towards the mid-map. Team Noysii getting themselves a touch aggressive early on. However, it's Nyko and Nietzsche were able to find those first 2 bloods. So Bink and Noysii, the last 2 alive here, trying to go ahead, retake this B zone. 1 on a flank. Noysii opens things up, gets a sniper in his hands now. So in the back pocket, he has a double weapon switch to work with. Bink will try to jump on down. Challenges around the corner. Can't find anything. Choc is there. Now Noysii in a 1v3.
They know where to look, too. I mean, Noysii was down to 50 HP. The centering from the sniper shot. Gonna get hit flinched. Now Noysii just desperately hoping that he's going to be able to find a pick. No, he's got somebody up top. Jumping back and forth is Nietzsche. Nyko's playing a very long angle, and, well, Tyler not able to pull down the right stick enough to be able to get that kill. So, by way of brute force, Choc415 able to find themselves the kills required. They were able to get themselves over towards that B bomb site, and that's a great call to have for yourself. You got to play smart when you're going up against this stacked roster of Noysii and co. I love that call just to go over towards B as quick as they did, knowing that they don't have any trophy systems to keep themselves safe from those frag grenades that get tossed over the Cantina.
I was going to say this too. I was about to make a point for like MSJ and being like, look, like you were kind of the one who was leading the way for your team in that last hard point. I like the choice of the sniper, you know, being able, you know, you're confident, you want to be able to take a lane away, but like at the same time, you know, if your SMG was working and everybody else wasn't really able to win the gunfights where they needed to around the map, would have loved for you to be the one to march your way forward with that SMG in hand. But regardless, Two teammates go ahead and find the kills early on in the round. Neach is able to find another pair right there. So a technical trade across the map, sure, but it's enough to even things out at a 3-3 standstill. Bomb planted, 45 seconds left, and a retake attempt for Team Choc.
A lot of this retake, you feel like needs to be coordinated in between the hit through the cutout and then two players strong through the tunnel side. Nobody's watching said tunnel. Fame's waiting for the Chow to come out. Neach looks left. Fame was right, and they get the information on where the other two players are located at.
Yeah, this is going to be almost an impossible retake here for Team Choc unless you just get a crazy isolated gunfight for yourself. But Fame lines up one, will line the second one up as well. Pre-fired shots are going to be good. And as quickly as Team Choc was able to win the first round and take a blood off the board there, Team Noysii able to bounce back and get their own on the board.
Yeah, Fame now up to 4-1. Him here lining up there. I mean, everybody was shooting it. Three different sets of bullet tracers just shooting towards that last player. And like I was saying, nobody was looking down towards the tunnel, but Fame was expecting for the challenge to come through nonetheless. Just squeaky clean coming through from the last three players alive there. Fame able to find himself the entire ace in the round. Casual stuff out of Kev.
Nades over the top. Fame will open up on MSJ once again. That sniper utility that you've had twice now. Cut off the board first. No real opportunity to walk away, but Choc with some nice play shots. Unfortunate there, the iron sights of the gun aren't going to be able to find Ghosty down below. Forces Neach to be back off inside a barbershop in a 1 versus 3. Not really a chance to isolate much of a 1v1 here.
I should know where Neach is located at. Noysii just jumping up in town from the taco truck. Oh, they're all just running at him. Gets the center and can't walk away with the kill. Hell hath no fury. An AR flex of Odan Ghosty running at you with a submachine gun in hand. Bottom canteen. My heavens.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that if they were sprinting at me with a gun in their hand, I'd probably run away from. Ghosty and Noysii, both absolutely those people.
All four of them, honestly.
Yeah,
I can't believe that Choc.
yeah.
Like, I love the call from Choc. Keep in mind you that he re-chowed in an egotistical way through bottom cantina through the window to be able to find that first blood, but there was no assistance whatsoever because MSJ has been blooded 3 times in a row. Dan with the snipe up top. Not going to be able to connect with the kill, but so was a hit marker? I heard it, but I didn't see it. It was weird.
It was. Yeah, I don't know how that was a hit marker unless he hit him through the roof there. That looked like the head and the chest area, which should realistically be a one-shot kill. Or at least I believe that's how it reads in the flavor text. But regardless, opens up with one on the Nyko. 4 versus 3, 40 seconds left here. Bomb down today, and once again, just a very well-knit setup here from Team Noysii. Choc going to have a very tough time breaking back over towards Cantina again.
Yeah, you felt like that a lot of that had to come through from Choc in the middle of the map, and now everything is just one-dimensional. It's all over by the planner's box, and just as soon as we start talking about where the retake was coming from, all of Choc415's roster just get put in the dirt. Well, they're able to win the first round off of a very nice push over towards B, being able to find themselves a handful of kills, but not a whole lot of arguments soon afterwards as Fame now finds himself a 6 kill.
Yeah, it looked like Noysii was trying to go ahead and run through with a knife there, try to get a stab on him. So with a 3-1 lead, MSJ unfortunately still has just not been the benefactor of any sort of kills in this match. Offensive hit here for Team Choc. Trying to recreate some of the magic they had in that first offensive round where they hit over towards B. Looks like they're going to want to at least look to bring this back over towards B again here. 2 players flying aggressively up through the middle of the map. MSJ decides to pull out the Vaznev this time through. Doesn't realize that Think is there just yet, but gets great timing on him. Neach over the top for help. We'll go ahead and credit that kill to MSJ, though, for a moment as he got a bunch of shots in him. Teammate there, though, is about 1 minute and 5 seconds left to work here. They're going over towards B. They're back at A.
There's hesitation from Choc to try to get himself over towards his A-bomb and planning it a little bit late. It is allowing Noisy's roster to be able to manipulate the map a little bit further. Nobody's playing over by the back half wall. Looks like that Choc might be that person to try to watch this back alleyway. First player up is going to be Noysii. Luckily enough, they deal with Fame on the opposite side. So now this push, all going to be coming through the back.
But they let him get positioning, and that allowed Noysii to get up in towards top of Cantina. Now if they go ahead and challenge down towards the bottom, they're going to have 2 players there. Ghosty in for the challenge. Doesn't push all the way through. Pops dead silence. Backs off for a moment, and now going to go for another challenge. Spots one out through the door side. 18 seconds left. Still has one laying down behind the box. Now looks out to the middle map tunnel, but just a very difficult gunfighting position to be able to take away. I love the wrap idea through the tunnel and back around to the box side. That was going to help them get that time to go in their favor. MSJ will finally get on the board here with the first kill. And that'll be Team Choc being able to recreate some offensive magic.
Yeah, and that was, again, like a very unorthodox look. I will say that much. I'm going to find the information on where Noysii's roster was located at, but from there on out, once they got that bomb planted, they understood fully what they were looking at, and that was that back alleyway, albeit Noysii was able to brute force his way inside top Cantina. It was just a good understanding of the numbers, specifically for the player that was still lurking over by the hedges. So now, just within one. Nice nades over the top. Again, Fame for first blood. Bink for the second via the nades. And now MSJ is all by his lonesome. All the round is done. It's done. It's done. They're running at him. He's dead. He's dead. GG's. Good round.
That was fast.
It was, yeah, a little bit.
I just was watching one play happen, and then everybody was dead. And I was like, okay.
Mercado Los Zambas, baby. It's a Michael Bay film. Incarnate. Gotta be watching out for the nades.
All right, well. Back to offense again for Team Choc. Like we were just talking about this.
There were. That round was like under 25 seconds. That might just be pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, that might be on the longer side too. MSJ looking for Fame. Fame cut down. This is the aggression I wanted to see out of MSJ, though. Why I wasn't necessarily in love with the fact that the sniper was out early on the last time through. MSJ, though, Semtek's going to be out looking for Bink in the left side corner. Ghosty going to be there as well. MSJ will make quick work of it. Now it's going to be Bink trying to challenge around on the right side corner. Will make work of the the van to his advantage. Still 2 versus 2, 55 seconds. Bomb in the hands of one Choc.
Biggest issue is that you have so many different angles that are not even being looked at, much less cleared. Noysii, those swings wide over top of the bomb. I don't even think he took a single look at damage there, brother. That is absurd. That Noysii was able to find at least the timing and the opportunity. All of his teammate getting cut down just to be able to take down the last 2 players remaining. And it's exactly what unfolded, what almost kind of took the round previously. When you were watching Choc's roster try to assault that A-bomb site, it's the back alleyway. You always have to be wary of that flank to come all the way through. Noysii will be that guy. He is the B defender. He will always wrap it through if he's not contested in the, the first, 15 seconds?
Yeah, something like that. Double challenge. Out from Team Choc to the courtyard side of Cantina. Everybody from Team Noysii basically pushed up into Cantina except for one, but Nika will open the door on the Bink. Noysii gets out aggressive through the door side, over by box, and we'll trade things back to a 3-3 standstill. Minute left on the clock. Bomb in the hands of Ghosty. 3 players from Team Choc trying to lay the land in the middle of the map. Plant could go down here in just a minute as Fame opens another one up.
Oh, good swing coming out from Nyko to at least find the trade. Bomb immediately collected by Fame. Noysii had to give up the back alley. Nobody's pushing it quite yet, but Noysii's going to pick things back up. Up on a 4 spree. Might not really matter too much as Team Noysii were up on map point.
One thing that Team Choc have not been able to do so far is retake this A site after Team Noysii on offense have been able to get this bomb down, and once again, they're playing passive, trying to play over through dark side. Fame going to be looking for Choc. Will it be a jump challenge around the corner? Might have to be to try and get some good timing. The aggression is there. The idea was 2, but Team Noysii will make quick work of the final 2 players. Team Choc falls to the wayside in a search and destroy where it felt like this was the last opportunity they were going to have to take advantage and at least force this series to 4 maps. It's a 6-2 victory for Team Noysii.
Yeah, winning the series was already going to be difficult, but I mean, it just becomes that much steeper when you're unable to take the search and destroy. If there's any one map mode combination, or any mode I should specify, that you're going to be able to take off of a Juggernaut roster, this is something we've always ended up talking about when it comes down to CCL. You know, Bay State comes to mind. Northwood comes to mind. Hell, even when we go back and we talk about that Ottawa Braves roster back in Cold War as well, and even through Vanguard, the one mode that always kind of gotten away from them is Search and Destroy versus other teams. Why is that? It's because they constantly play unorthodox. But the thing about it is, and I hate to call it like this, besides that one round that was won, the second round that Choc's roster was able to win, it was way too one-dimensional, way too easily read. I mean, the nades, the stuns. You got players that played in the CDL on this roster. You don't think that they're going to stun and nade check and spam through a lot of these different wall bangable areas on Mercado Los Alamos, get information that you are honestly just a little bit silly.
A lot of these spots they probably don't even think about either getting wall banged through or getting stun checked out of as well. So they're probably sitting there thinking like, oh, dude, I'm making the best play here. They're like, dude, why'd he stun that? And it's like, well...
It's just like, it also needs to be said as well. It's like, obviously, like, respect given to Choc415's roster. All of them are very good collegiate athletes within their own right in one way or another through 1 year of CCL regardless. This 4-player roster, for Noysii's roster, has literally played this game in and out about 9 days a week for about 32 hours a day since its release. Maybe barring a couple of instances where they were on vacation or they get knocked out of a tournament early. It's just like they're going to know what they're going to be looking for, man. And that much is for certain. And it was showcased quite wonderfully through those 8 rounds worth of play.
Yeah, it makes it very easy when everybody can always be on the same page. And that's the thing about like top talent. It's like you don't have to be together for long to mesh together well, or even if you have like previous chemistry, like it doesn't take much to like be able to play well at a high level. Everybody knows what they need to do. For the most part, everybody should be able to make the individual high level plays that you're going to need to make in a split-second decision, whether it be a 1v2 or a 2v1 or whatever you're holding. Like everybody's going to challenge together and know where they need to position themselves. So it's very difficult to win when everybody's on the same page. You might have 1 or 2 people that have like a pretty good idea of how to do that on the other side, especially in a tournament like this. But for the most part, yeah, Noysii and co have looked very good, and I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 3-0 or 3-1 in the control.
I'd love to be able to see some, obviously pushback when it comes down to the control. But, I mean, if it's anything that was kind of like that first time that we were on Hotel, a.k.a. that map number 1, it's going to be really tough. It's going to be incredibly tough to be able to deal with the SMG prowess that is going to be both in between both Tyler and Kev Fame, Noysii respectfully. The ARs in between Bink and Ghosty. I mean, it's just going to be... I'm going to sound like a broken record by the end of it. It's going to be a tall ask, for sure. But, I mean, if there's going to have to be any sort of argument, it's going to have to start in that opening round. You're going to have to make a statement through that opening break if you're Chalk's roster.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll step aside. Control on the other side of a break. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Team Choc to be able to bring this one back from an 0-2 deficit. But try their might, they will. We'll see you back in a bit. Don't go too far. Welcome back. Game 3 on the docket. Gonna be a control on, you guessed it, Hotel for the however 86,000th time today. Team Choc down 0-2. Team Noysii up 2-0. And we find ourselves very much in a similar circumstance as we had the last 4 series, where we go into a third map looking for one team to close things out in a 3-0 sweep.
Well, the argument be made here. Like I've asked myself that, is this the 5th series we've casted today?
Do you want me to spoil this for you? No, it's not.
No, I'm good. I already read the cliff notes, brother. I appreciate it, though.
Oh, okay, cool. Gotcha.
So, yeah. I mean, on Hotel Control, it'd honestly be the final nail in the coffin. Could be very much so the final map. And I was really looking forward to casting a Hydra Hardpoint at one point or another on this spot Saturday. But, hey, nonetheless, look, you're able to take 2 rounds on the Mercado Search and Destroy. You didn't get a 100-point club. Does that mean you can take a round off these bad boys on Control? Yeah, probably not. Yeah. I'm just being honest.
Oh, we're being honest. I feel like we've been being honest all day long.
Really have been.
And that brutal honesty, unfortunately, has yielded us some of the most lopsided matches we've seen. And
sure
you know, it's not the fault of anybody. It's just how it goes. You know, there is a certain je ne sais quoi that some teams will carry with them. There's certain aspect of games that we see, and well, we now find ourselves in a situation where once again we have a closeout map 3.
Yeah, look, man. I don't know what you wanted from me there. It was such a dry pass. Like, you know, we out here, man. We out here having a good time. Hope everybody else is having a good time here in this free entry CCL Alumni 1K tournament. Going up against the top dogs. Again, 2 CDL pros, 2 players that got top 2 in Toronto, top 3 at Challenger Champs. Just beat them, Forehead. just be better.
Yeah, just
like,
be better.
Yeah, like just go and spawn it on the map and try to outgun and outpace Tyler Noysii in Modern Warfare 2. Go ahead, do it. You can do it too, McCormill.
I know I can't. No, there's many things I can do too. That's not one of them at all. I don't even think I could sniff him on a map. I'm gonna be honest. Is that like a little ridey out of me? Yeah, probably. But you know what? It is what it is. So, Fame, looking back up towards the top of the bedroom, 28-27. Team Noysii up on top of the lives at the moment. Offensive hit from Team Choc over towards the B zone, slowly, surely making its way forward. Problem is, they keep losing lives in and around the point by top bedroom, and have yet to actually get over onto this B zone for more than just a quick toe touch.
Trying to work their way over towards A. Guess who's already over there? It's Bink. They're looking to cut players down. Be able to get the regen? No, not fully. MSJ will chow him inside a wine. So, player number 4 of Niche, he is able to at least get himself on that A control zone. Clock will be stalled out of 41 seconds, but the pinch is coming in.
Is it? Noisy's there. He's able to find one. And there's nobody else to even speak of here over on this A zone. Back over by B. It's going to be not only player 2, player 8 and Bink. Trying to go ahead, get this last player on Team Choc off the zone, and this Choc will fall. Team Noysii will hold on strong over on the B site. Middle map starting to be occupied by Team Choc here, but they don't realize that Ghosty's in the middle of the map. Finally will die. It was at 8-0 before that last kill came through from Nyko. As mid-map is now completely cleared out, is back over towards B, but Team Noysii so far pushed up into the spawn side of Team Choc that really, no matter what site they hit, it's going to be trouble.
Sure, looking that way, Alex. 10 seconds remain. Double the amount of lives for the team in red. Ghosty is 8-1. Oh boy. Oh, the clock stalled out. 3.7 seconds. 1v1. Oh.
Oh.
No, I thought there for a second. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Just does not deliver on the goods. Team Noysii gonna be able to win that opening round.
Oh, crazy round, huh? Yeah, crazy. That was crazy.
Oh, don't you start. I've had enough.
I'll do it again.
Rats and rubber rooms and bears beat Battlestar Galactica.
Rats make me crazy.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Crazy. That was crazy once. It feels like it almost feels like I've relived the same series over and over and over again, like 5 times a day. Maybe that's my punishment for going on about the crazy thing at the beginning of the game. Like I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe. Tyler Noysii at 4 in a row. Towards the bottom of the bedroom, here they come. Fame opens the door with 1. MSJ will fall. Needs good shots there onto Noysii, but it's Fame who tries to go ahead. Just trade things out. Think long-range shots will shut the trophy down as well. Over towards the A site, though, things are really going to start to come to pass. And although it's only 2 lives taken off of the clock of each side, minute 5 left there. And finally, the A zone will start that first tick of progress.
Just one player that's over here. They're sending all the reinforcements. They're on everything. The kitchen sink, the whole kit and caboodle. More things. Finally, MSJ takes Bink out over by the lobby side. Tyler's just sitting his little happy self over by that A control zone, just working over towards that second segment. Ghosty's going to bump a little bit further forward. The Lockman AR in the hands of Nyko will end up finding yet another kill. So, an A zone is Choc yesterday. Team Choc415 want absolutely nothing to do with it. They're just setting themselves up for the B defense.
11-2 for Ghosty. A zone completed here for Team Noysii. Now over towards B. Gonna be where everybody's starting to set up shop. MSJ at double. Ghosty and Bink both dead. As you see Fame starting to push his way through top, drilling into the satellite side. It's Noysii and Ghosty who come off spawn and are able to find a couple. And over towards the point, though, look for Noysii as Fame's able to find one onto MSJ. And, well, here comes another one.
Oh. Shot a dead body. Thought it was MSJ. Who escapes through the archway. We'll take down Fame. But elsewhere, I mean, just look at the manipulation on the minimap. Like, he's the only player that might be able to try to stop this B push from happening, at least at this moment of time. It was Choc. He gets flushed out by Dan. He's on a combined 5 spree with Tyler at this moment in time. Ghosty already has a cruise missile. B-zone, first segment has already been locked. You got to start moving your way forward and get these players off the zone.
You got 2, but Fame's going to be able to respond with a double of his own. Nyko, Niche, both dead. Choco behind the bar, also dead. He's got to look for the one who's up and towards the top of the bedroom. MSJ there. Second progress. 2 players stacked on the zone at the moment. A third one could arrive here in just a moment's notice. And as Fame looks back over towards the right side, Nyko on the head glitch will get cut down. Choc going to be here as well. Last tick of progress. Halfway through the third one. Fame still trying to tango around this little pole here. Waiting for the rest of the reinforcements who are back over towards the kitchen side. And at least for now, Team Choc have a moment and room to breathe. It's still a 1 life advantage to the offensive team.
This was invested. I mean, Noysii are in the middle of the map. They only hold a 2 life lead. And MSJ just is able to lock down 2 more kills. Noysii let's back out the tablet. He's gonna end up taking down MSJ before he flushes him out inside a couches in. Well, the moment he gets outside, the cruise missile takes down Nyko inside of double arches. 11 plays up against 10. Forward positioning trying to be taken by Team Noysii.
Noysii will fall. Bink there immediately though. In through the reception desk. And as once again, everybody is falling on the side of Team Noysii. 30 seconds left here. You got about 1 solid effort and 1 good push at this. Only 2 respawns remaining and now just down to 1. Bink is able to find 1, now make it 2. 7 lives remaining for Team Choc.
Ooh, nice kill from Niche. 7 plays up against 4. No more respawns. Everybody spawning essentially inside of Kitchen, aka Narnia. Fame. The only player that's really in a position to try to push forward and maybe try to find himself on this B zone. Noysii's going to be that player that's going to try to do so, but comes up absolutely flat. Bink Fame able to find 2. Can you touch the zone in time? Yes, Fame certainly can. 0.5 seconds.
Only 1 here.
1v5.
Nyko looks around the left side. Fame stunned out. Nate going to be there as well. Forces them from out behind cover. Directly into the line of sight of 1 Choc roster member. 1-1 in the control now. Both teams going to be good on defense.
Sorry, I was utilizing my my time stone to go through all of the different outcomes that could have potentially had been that 1v5, and there was only one of which Fame was going to be able to clutch that. Tied up 1 apiece. Segment progression lead is in favor of the team in red. Really, the question has to be, can you win the opening break on offense? Because the last time, Alex, well, it wasn't too good for Team Choc.
Yeah, it wasn't. And MSJ getting killed immediately doesn't bode all that well. Pinstripe kill feat allows Noysii and Co to stay on top, at least for the moment's notice. But as Team Choc have now gotten into A, it's going to be a double stack on it. 2 more from the kitchen now going to be flooding their way forward. Team Noysii going to be looking to go ahead and sarcophagate the entire hold that they have on this A zone. 1 good hit here could knock them out, at least for the moment. They're going to try and take the life advantage.
Leading by 2. Fame, dead silence, gets exhausted. At least 1 player, absolute Choc, thought that he might be able to swing that somehow, some way, but the Semtex will clean it up. Noysii on the opposite side is able to find himself 2 more. Bink picks up a Lockman AR off the ground, and he will just put it to good use. 2 segments were locked in over by A, but now we're under a minute with a 6 life lead to boot. What a read.
Noysii will wisely back off as well. Going to play the top side of bedroom, has dead silence invested here at the moment. Spots the trophy system get tossed down. Nietzsche's the next one up. Makes quick work of it. MSJ says hello. Noysii will go to 7 in a row.
Oh, he hears him down low. Oh, no. It is just Tyler Noysii show, and the Tyler Noysii fan club is just absolutely cheering on. 25 seconds remain. 10 life lead for Team Noysii.
Dead silence will finally run out. Choc going to be over on the point. I mean, right now, they're so worried about Noysii being in behind them that they can't push out and contest them back over towards this B zone. Noisie's able to find
Surely
1.
not.
9 in a row. Looking for double digits. 70 HP to work with. Goes ahead and finds number 10. 11 almost is able to snap towards it. And once you get Tyler Noysii going, it's hard to stop him. Bink now the next one up to challenge. Everybody off the zone. And as time expires, it's a 2-1 lead for Team Noysii. 1 round away from closing the series.
Pretty darn good for it. I mean, all off of the previous 2 rounds. Previous 3, I honestly should say. Team Noysii still has a segment progression lead. So take that as you will. That if Choc and his roster want to try to push this to at least a map number 4, they got to be able to win this defense yet again. And then win a round 5 offense. Noysii was able to get himself a cruise missile. Let's not forget that Dan did invest his 2 rounds ago. All about this opening break. Team Noysii through the middle of the map, gonna try to assault B first. Team Choc are here though.
challenge out towards the top bedroom. Can't get out just yet, but Noysii and Fame are going to be able to tandem. Now another one goes Noisy's way. Cruise missile still in the back pocket. 3 off the board immediately. Now a 4th one down. Everybody wiped. First tick of progress in. Second one now starting to be underway. It's a triple stack over on the B zone, and it should be everything and more over at this B site. Extra minute going to be added. 60 seconds are good. Now a rotation back over towards A. Spawn still going to be close over by Jewelry. Team Choc, they've got basically one hold that they've got to have here. Team Noysii are coming.
Being Snipe going to elect at least off the rip to try to clear all through kitchen. Ghosty's going to join him to try to push through the little cutout area. Noysii for 2. Fame there for the 3rd. Alex, they've only lost a single life, and they're on the A zone.
They've only lost a single life, and MSJ is so far away. I'm sure he's playing over towards the kitchen, but needs to make it back quick. Ghosty's ready for it. Wallbang shots are going to be good. Can't walk away with a kill, but Fame's able to find Nyko. Still 3 players here from Team Chalker on the outside. Player 5 in the back. It's Fame who's playing over towards the Jewelry side. Now through Wine. Going to be in behind one. A second one up to challenge. Everybody stacking on the point, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to get back here from Team Choc. Team Noysii gonna be able to lock things down back over on A. A quick control round where they only lose 2 lives. They put 15 down, and that's a 3-0 sweep in this best-of-5 series. They'll move themselves on to the winners finals, secure themselves top 3 and a share of the $1,000 prize pool.
Was there any doubt? Okay. Nobody pressed X to doubt. No, you did not. That was a respectable under 1 second answer out of your boy, the AM, aka Picard Meow. Look at him go. He absolutely spitting facts out here. I mean, look, to be fair, I mean, what do you honestly want to say? Like Choc415 and his roster, like they showed up. They didn't get 100-point clubbed in the hard point. They were able to take rounds off the Search and Destroy. It was a really good call to be able to take the bomb over towards B in the opening round for Mercado Las Almas. They were able to at least hold off as far as their defense is concerned, win a round on control, but that's really all that you can truly say. I mean, besides taking and winning gunfights in a true 1v1 format versus some of the best to ever do it, to ever walk the halls of the College COD League, Team Noysii and Co. are the real freaking deal.
You know what I miss about the old like CWL days? It's like where they had the like the walk of fame type thing. Did you ever do you remember that? Or like when you would walk through the entrance, there would be like down the side, they'd have like the banners and everything like that. You know, if we had one of those for the CCL, you know, Noysii would be on pretty much every single banner. Same thing with Fame. Noysii and actually Fink too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
can't say the same for Ghosty, even though he's the one that's in the CDL. Well, I guess Fame's in the CDL too, but you know, when you think CDL players, you know, it's oh, yeah, Ghosty could be on optic. I think of Fame because you know. Kind of so sexy, but you know.
Oh, you know, let's not forget about Mr. Two-Time. I mean, been through 2 different rosters, one with Fame throughout the Vanguard year, and then coming back into the Modern Warfare 2 year, alongside Infinite and Mock, as well as Dak, able to win it pretty decisively, and himself a whale of 2 years. And yeah, this scoreboard will be quite telling to how this map did unfold. Choc unable to get himself over 1,000 damage. Good golly gee willikers. 21 and 11 out of Fame. 20 of those kills were not traded, by the way. 22 of the 23 that Noysii was able to find were not traded. Both of them having about 25 damage, but oh, dang Ghosty. 2,700 damage, led the lobby. 21 and 12 as far as the KD ratio is concerned. Didn't lead the lobby in that stat, but it doesn't really matter when your team is just showing up and just absolutely showing out. Taking dubs left, right, and center. They didn't lose a map today, by the way. Not through groups. Not through bracket.
Nope. I mean, did you really expect this team to lose a map, though?
No, I did not. But thank you for asking.
Well, I'm glad we got that sorted out. 250, 118, 6-2, and a 3-1. That is our series score and our map scores individually for each of our respective modes that we played. 2 times on Hotel, they were able to beat them, and once on Mercado. That's going to send Team Noysii to do the winners finals, where I'm sure they're probably going to be playing up against Team Priestley later on in that. That'll be tomorrow, though. We'll take a look at our bracket here. Team Priestley, Team Diff going at it. I don't really think anybody thought that Team Diff wasn't going to be able to move on. I'm not exactly sure if the 3-1 is flipped or if Team Diff is flipped there. We'll have to go ahead and wait and see for that official word. Regardless, I don't think whatever team is there is going to be able to take down a team at Priestley. So Team Noysii in that next round, waiting for what will most likely be Team Priestley. Still going to have an entire lower bracket that we're going to have to get to. That will also be taking place tomorrow. We'll be back again here at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That will be, I believe, the continuation of what will be winners finals and lower round 2. Then we'll have lower round 3, lower final, and then the grand final later on in the afternoon for what will be an action-packed Championship Sunday, or if it's like it was today, a snooze fest of a Championship Sunday. Just kidding. LOL. We like to have fun here. We like to do it. It's called We Do a Little Trolling. Steve-O has moved on. Choc has moved on, of course, coming from the top side of the brackets. Eric Legion and Team Diff going to be facing off in the lower bracket there, so we'll see what happens in a moment's notice. That being said, that brings us to the close of the first day of the College COD Alumni $1,000 Open Tournament. Hopefully you guys had fun. I know I did. I know Andy did as well. I don't want to speak for Andy, but I'm sure he did. As Team Noysii and Co. are the first team to make it into our grand final. Andy, closing thoughts before we get out of here.
Just another day in paradise. Whether we're sitting here on broadcast, I always cherish these moments alongside you, Alex. And honestly speaking, wouldn't have wanted to spend my Saturday any other way than alongside you all here for College COD. It's always a great time coming back, especially for these off-season tournaments. I mean, honestly speaking, it's nice to be able to see a lot of these players just returning in one way, shape, or another. We got to see some familiar names, some familiar faces, some familiar schools come back across the College COD stream. Got to be able to wait just a little bit longer for the grand conclusion tomorrow. I know I'll be there watching to be able to see who's going to be going up against Team Noysii in grand finals.
That'll be a good question. As of course, brother, let me retract that. As of course, as is always the case, whenever we have a team that is just so much better than everybody else inside of the tournament, and again, that's not a knock on anybody. That's just how it is. I'm a straight shooter. He is straight. Sorry, maybe a little to the left. I don't know. But regardless, Andy, as always, been a pleasure. On behalf of myself, Proper, everybody in the production staff for our events here for College COD, and all of you at home and the players as well, we want to thank you so much for coming out here on this wonderful Saturday and spending your time here in the College Cub Hub with us. That being said, we'll see you back here at 1 Eastern tomorrow, where Cruz and Spaz and Seymour Cass will be taking you through the action of Championship Sunday. Until then, we'll see you later. Stay safe.